Last week, the Supreme Court of Nigeria made a landmark pronouncement on local government autonomy, declaring the state electoral commission lack the power to conduct local government council elections. This judgment has sparked intense debate on the integrity of the local government elections in Nigeria. So this is what, of course, we want to hear from you, because this is a discussion that has been for the longest time in existence. We've had this conversation here on Trust TV back to back, talking to stakeholders involved in, the autonomy of local governments, and have been pushing for it. So the Supreme Court, or should I say the federal government, have listened, and the Supreme Court made this judgment. But there's still a bit of course, concerns, and that is what we'll be talking about. So do you trust the local government council elections conducted by state electoral umpires to be free and fair? Have you witnessed any irregularities or malpractices in these elections in the past? Can we, truly entrust our local governments to the whims of the state government? Share your thoughts, opinion, and experience with us. Now, this is what, of course, we want to be talking about, as well as, exploring the implications of this Supreme Court's judgment on the local government autonomy in Nigeria. We will put the two phone numbers that you can reach us on your TV screen. Go ahead, call any of the number. As you're calling, please do stay away from the your TV, or tune down the volume. Let's hear from you on this discussion. This is something that I remember we opened a phone line to ask if it should happen, and Nigerians said they wanted it to happen. So now it's happening, and even though this has had also a reaction from the governors, they say they are going to get back on their own decision or how they feel about the situation. But let's hear your take on this in the first place. Do you believe that the normal local government council election that we were used to, that has been in existence, do you believe on it? Because there's been a bit of allegation saying governors tend to put the people they want, and there was this concern, because I've noticed when it comes to national election, people come out en masse to vote. But then when it's, local government, people don't really, come out to vote. And it leaves me wondering, why is that? Is it because people feel it's nothing, or it's because people feel their voices or their votes does not really count? Let's hear from you. Call the numbers on your TV screen. Let's hear from you. All right, we have the first call. Good morning.
Yes, have you picked it up?
Good morning. Are you with us? All right, I think we lost that first call. Go ahead, call us. Let's hear your take on this matter. This is something that, at the end of the day, we now know that the government is listening. The government listen to you. These platforms like this are able to at least get the government to, fill in this gap of the roots connecting with the federal government. So go ahead, let's hear your take on this particular situation, because it has been said Supreme Court is the final judge, of course, of every matters, but then there is a bit of pushback from the governors. So let's hear your take. Good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Good morning.
Do we still have the caller?
I'm from Benue State, Local Govt.
Can you speak a bit louder, please? We lost that call, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Your name and where you're calling from.
I say I'm from Local Govt. Benue State, Local Govt.
Oh, it's good to have you from Benue State. So, you've watched and seen how your local government election has been going. Would you say you're satisfied with, how it has been conducted?
It's a good thing. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
I say it's a good thing.
Oh, Augustine, yes, thank you.
Before now, I saw local government they do with the rural area. So it's a good thing. I just come to appreciate how they could the judgment.
All right. Thank you so much, Augustine. Appreciate your call in. It's good to hear from you, from Benue. Now, please go ahead, call us. Let's hear your take on the local government elections that has been going on. Would you say that you are satisfied, with the local government? Do you trust the local government council elections? I mean, basically, that is the answer. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling us from.
It's Tony calling from Benue.
From Benue?
Yeah.
Oh, good to have you. Go ahead.
Thank you. I think local government election we have in Benue State class. Some of us that have the fact that didn't know when they conducted the election. Not this very time, because what we have as it is now is caretaker. The those that have left office before the one caretaker. The election that brought those people in, we didn't get a competitive. Okay. Only what we hear is announcing the people that won the election. And how can you tell me that in community state, a particular ruling party in that state will finish all the seats in local level? That is not election. Look at what happened in Adamawa. PDP left all the seats. Let us PDP clear all the seats because the governor in both states is PDP governor. If you go there, if you take that APC is a governor, a sitting governor, APC will clear the whole state, and that is not an election.
Indeed.
And talking of INEC in the federal to come and conduct election in a state, I don't think it is the best thing. What they need to do is to bring law that will guide all these people. In federal, are they 100% okay in conducting election? Election that will be conducted in federal level, and then 50% of the election matter will go to tribunal to determine. I think what we need to do in this country is to see how we can reform electoral law that will give strength to the people that are hoping. And that is the only thing. But for the state zone is met. There's nothing to write about. Good morning.
Thank you so much. Good morning to you. Yes, if there is anything 2023 election have taught us, is the fact that Nigerians are awake, at least to some extent. Not voting a particular party all through. We saw that in the last election. So definitely it's a bit of concern when you tell me in the entirety of a state, only one party is winning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, speak a bit louder. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello,
I'm with you.
Hello.
Your name and where you're calling us from.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please tone down the volume of your TV and talk to me through your phone. I can hear you.
I'm from Benue State.
What's your name? All right, I think we have to, of course, let the caller go. Please, if you're calling, stay away from your TV. If you expect to hear my reply through your TV, then there will be a bit of delay and communication would be interrupted with noises and all of that. Good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. Your name and where you're calling us
good
from.
morning. Yeah, no driver from Kano.
Where are you calling from?
Kano.
Oh, Kano. It's good to have you from Kano.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So we are very pleased with the decision of the Supreme Court. And we hope that the governor should hand off from the local government election and allow INEC to run the election, so that we don't have a situation where one party carries all. We have to be a democrat. We have to know that everybody has the right to vote and get voted for.
Indeed.
That is my line of contention.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your take on that one. Let's hear your take, of course, on this. Local government Supreme Court has said, okay, this is something that would be the power of, the local government to make these decisions. And then talking about the election processes, we've seen the governors come out to say, fine, if you're going to take it off our hands, then the federal government should sponsor it. They should. We will not remove any of the state's money, which I feel, it shouldn't even be in the first place. But even if it should, it could be like 50-50%. But yes, someone spoke about INEC involvement in this. Good morning. Good morning. Please turn down the volume of your TV. All right, I think we lost that call. Please go ahead, call us from any of the numbers. Let's hear your take on this matter. Do you trust so far, local government elections, and if there should be a push on this? This is a conversation that has been had so that we can, that there will be no reversal of this, so that we will know where we have been, where we are at, and where we are heading to. So let's hear your take on the Supreme Court's judgment on the electoral process in the states. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling us from.
I'm Mohammed Saleh, calling from Daura.
Oh, Mohammed from Daura, Katsina State. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. In my own opinion, I just decided to present my opinion because this state INEC are not conducting election that is transparent, free, fair, and credible. That is why local government elections should be conducted by the National Independent Electoral Commission, because the election will be somehow credible, transparent, and people will accept their own results. But if we allow this local government election to be conducted by the state INEC, there should be bias and many other things, because you see what happened exactly in Adamawa and in this Cross River, where PDP is leading, the ruling party is PDP. All the local government elections is won by the PDP. That was also what happened in local and state government where APC is ruling. That is why the elections should be conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission. That's my opinion.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your take on that one, Mohammed. Truly, sometimes it's just a bit not so clear what is happening in the state elections, and it's really sad that there is little to no media coverage when it comes to local government. We tend to just pay attention to the national. It's all about national, and I am of the opinion that when it comes to especially the INEC, perhaps we don't even really need branches of INEC in states. There should be, because we all know how it is. Sometimes there is a bit of corruption when you have stayed in a particular place for the longest time. So it's better if it should be on federal than whenever there is, time for election on the local government level, then people can be sent to there where you don't really know a lot of people. It's all about doing your job and doing it diligently. At the end of the day, these politicians work for us. It is our money that can be used to pay them. All we just did was put them as managers of our money in order to make sure that we get, things to be done diligently. So if the people cannot even be given the right to say this is who we want, then of course democracy have lost. It has been down the drain, and that is what, of course, we do not want to happen. So go ahead, call us. Let's hear your take on this. And of course, while you're calling, let's not just pinpoint the problem. Let's find possible solutions. If at all this Supreme Court's judgment moves forward and it's been implemented and we see it, how can we also keep these people in check? Because it now boils to local governments have been given responsibilities as well. So we have to also follow the money, as it has been said. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling us from.
Okay, Dotun is my name, Dotun, from Jos.
Oh, Dotun, it's good to have you. Go ahead with your take.
Nice. Here's my opinion. I think local government elections should be left in the hands of the state.
Okay, good.
Because
it's good to hear. Why do you think so?
Yes, because I don't see INEC being any better than PLASEC, than the State Electoral Commission. Is there any election that was ever conducted by INEC that litigation did not follow?
Yeah. Okay.
You see, and there's a higher risk. Than bringing federal into the activities of the local government, for that matter.
What do you
Peradventure, if such a power or opportunity is to be abused.
You think it's not being abused currently?
Well, even if it is being abused, that is at the state and local government level. That is the people within that state determine what they want, who they want, and the direction they want. You know, because the truth of the matter is there are so many things that is entangled into that. If there is, for instance, if there is imposition from the top, then it makes it very difficult for the state government or the governors to function.
Okay.
Be it local government autonomy or whatever that we are talking about, whether we like it or not, local government does not, live in isolation. They are an integral part of a state. It's local government that form a state. And therefore, there should be a synergy between the state and its critical component, which is the local government. But not somebody from afar. We are talking about decentralization of some of these powers. And then we begin to bring INEC all the way from the federal to come and start deciding how a people or group of people want to be governed. I think for me, I am not in support of INEC conducting local government elections. Local government elections should be left in the hands of the state for ease of governance and then progress. That's my submission. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. That brought another side of things that, of course, the essence of opening the phone line is to hear from different opinion. That way we get to expand our brain and perhaps think from another angle that we have not, thought of. But one thing I want to hear is I tend to hear more of complaint of, governors having so much power. All right, I think let's pick this.
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello?
We can hear you. I hope you can hear me. Please tone down the volume of your TV. All right, I think we have to let you go. I know he kept waiting to hear my response through his TV. That will not work. Go ahead, call us, stay away from your TV or tone down the volume. When we finish talking, you can get back to watching, how the program is going. And if you want to revisit or rewatch this conversation where you call and we talk, then you can catch us via our YouTube channel, Trust TV News, and of course you can get the updates. But while you're calling, please stay away from the TV. Now, previous caller, Dr.
Hello?
Okay, I think we have this call. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Hello?
Please turn down the volume of your TV.
Yes, I've done that. Hello?
Okay. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello?
All right, we have to let you go. I can literally hear him, and he's saying he has turned down the volume. All right, please go ahead, call us. Stay away from your TV. Else, if you call, we're going to, of course, disconnect because we cannot, wait on you to keep waiting and delaying our conversations when there are other people on the line that want to, speak out and reach us. So previously, Dotun pointed something, and it's really, while I, to some extent, understand where he's coming from, there is that fear that, even the federal government or the INEC currently is doing bad. So just because the other one is doing bad, let it just be like that. That's a really scary thing to say. Let's pick this call. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Ali. I'm calling from Gombe.
Ali, you're from Gombe. Go ahead with your
take. Yeah, I want to talk on two issues.
Okay.
Firstly, about the local government autonomy. Secondly, probably about the elections. In fact, we are very much happy about this autonomy because it appears that because of the handicap of the local government, the whole country suffers a lot. It is believed that just for example, when you pay salaries, it is not the people that were given loan or contracts that go to the market. It is the local people that goes to the market when they receive their own salaries. So the market becomes buoyant. Now, with the emasculation of the local government by some state governments, you would discover that even the salaries is paid directly by the state government, not the local government. The local governments do not pay salaries of their people. It is the states that did their own calculations and pay salaries to the local governments. Now, since this is over, we pray it's a very good and welcome development. Secondly, the issue of these elections. All over the nation, whether PDP or NRC, if there is any election in any state, the states have clean sweep of all the seats, even the councillors. Take, for example, Kano State, 44 local governments. Does it mean that there is no capable hands in any other party that will be able to claim the seat of every a councillor? Now, to me, if I should give my own opinion,
Of course.
with this development of this autonomy, if these local governments are allowed to go like this, the state government will still maintain control. But if all local government would be dissolved, unless the INEC conduct fresh election everywhere in the state, everywhere in the nation, then they would have maximum and absolute control of the affairs of the local government. Now, if you allow the local government or the state government to conduct elections, they will still bring back the ones they favor. And that's what has been happening all over the nation now. But if the local government is allowed to, the INEC is allowed to conduct local government elections, what I mean is, let all other local government elections be dissolved. INEC or the state create an interim government for about 2, 3, 4, or 6 months to allow the INEC do its own homework, so that a fresh election all over the nation will be conducted. And that we will then we will have a very sound and clean system, because most other parties will be allowed to participate. And when parties come in, different opinions will come in, and the issue of control or whatever will be over.
All right, I get your point, Ali. Thank you so much for that take, and of course advice on possible solutions to make this work. Yes, the local government, of course, have had the autonomy that everyone has been pushing for, and electoral process have always been dicey when it comes to the states. And yeah, to put the concern of the previous caller, Dotun, that's before this call, where he said even though we keep saying that the federal INEC, like the national INEC, is with every election there seems to be a problem also. So while we're saying that the local government election is not as clear and fair as it should be, then the national also can be the same thing. But it does not mean that whenever we see some, even though we're not okay with how even the national election sometimes it's been conducted, it does not mean when we see something really bad happening, we're going to leave it and like, yeah, after all, it's happening everywhere. We have to keep pushing. It's our country. We cannot leave something to be continuously bad. We have to do something. Hence the reason why Nigerians are pushing for this. And if it's happening, we'll make this discussion. If it's not working, we'll come back to the table and find another solution. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling us from.
Yeah, I'm calling from Jos. I'm the area.
Say that again.
Yeah. My name is Jepe Yakubu. I'm calling from Jos.
Okay, from Jos. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to say, I want to make a submission.
Of course.
It's very good that the INEC should conduct the local government election. Okay. Why am I saying this one? The governors have abused the local government. Why am I saying this one? Because any governor on board would always like to now find for a second period. And immediately, and Also, the local government chairmen and councillors are elected. But when he comes on board, he dissolves them while their tenure has not yet elapsed. This is not good. The governor is elected, and the chairman is elected, and the councillors are elected. They are supposed to spend their due period of time. Are you getting me? So they are not allowed to really do that. But why he doing that one is to bring his own on board. Those that can be able to say yes that he can manipulate them. So it is a very nice thing that the president has brought this issue, and then in fact this initiative has helped. So this that if the local government the INEC are able to now conduct this election, you find that the chairman will have his own right to do things, and he will be able to cover his period. If he has any initiative that is able, if he wants to do for that local government, he will do it for that period. Also, the local government, the councillors will have their period. So I feel that he will have enough time, and he will not always say he will not work under duress in such a way that once these finances are sent to the local government, let me just say some of these things, they are not even, they can be held by the so-called governor. They will not release, they will use some of these things that are meant for the local government. They will not give them. Promotion is at will. Are you getting me? I have friends that work with the local government. So they are so much of stampede. Some of the things that they are supposed to do, that they will be relaxed and be able to communicate to the grassroots. They cannot be able to do it. Why? Because if you try to do it, and you don't have the finance, because you cannot do what you don't have. So once this autonomy comes, this local government chairman can be able now to get relaxed and have their initiative that they can be able to do for the period that they are given to staff. And I feel this impact will reach the grassroots. Only that they will have to be monitored. Once these finances are not used very well the way it is, then at least they can be called to order by ESP. And it will be better off, the income will be better off than when they were under the control of the state government.
Thank you.
Are you getting me?
Yes, indeed.
Because if you don't dance according to the governor, he can set some plans so that the council can be able to remove you. Are you getting me?
Yeah, I do.
If you have problems with it, you can be removed.
Indeed.
Because
that has been a really scary thing. I appreciate you for calling and sharing your take on this matter. Yeah, particularly in Plateau State, we've seen how the governor immediately come into power, started removing councillors. And this is not appointment. It's not like the minister. The president can remove the minister, but the president cannot remove senators and House of Reps because the people voted for this person. So you do not have that kind of power to remove person, especially local government council. And we've seen how governors sometimes, misuse their power in just threatening people. And there is this culture that we need to get rid of. This, someone put me in power, so I have to be loyal to that person. And if you're not, then people will be like, oh, you're not even loyal. I don't understand. Your loyalty only should be for the people that voted you into power. And that's the most scariest thing, people saying, I'm your principal, so you have to do what I say. Hence the reason why we feel local government should, of course, be given their own autonomy. And when it comes to elections, of course, state governors should not. If I was a state, or if I were a state governor, I would be glad, a huge responsibility like this have been taken off me. But this is another reason, why we keep saying, pay attention. pay attention not only to the federal level. We have to hold all of them accountable from the federal to the state. I think, honestly, I think the governors have been getting away with a lot of things. Nigerians are not really keen on, checking out the moves, the actions of our governors. We're not keen on checking out the moves, the bill, the local government allocations of our senators, House of Representatives, both the federal and the state. We do not ask questions on, of course, the local government, which I know they've been getting away with it because they do not have autonomy. There's been a lot of allegations, concerns saying, their job is really not working. They don't really get anything when it comes to the state's, allocation given to them. So hence, this move would also put them in Nigerians' target to ask questions. Let's be honest, there's been a huge gap between the federal government and the roots. Nigerians are not really feeling the impact because the federal government or the lead are not really connected to the roots. Let's pick this call. All right, I think we lost this call. Thank you so much. I think we'll just have to put a stop to this segment. I appreciate everyone that called in. For people that tried to call us and because of connection we couldn't, we were not able to connect. Appreciate you. Do not forget. All right, I think my director orders to make this call. Good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. Please turn down the volume of your TV. Please turn down the volume of your TV set.
All right. My name is Nasser Ibrahim. You may from Malam Fashion Local Government, Kasima State.
It's good to have you from Malam Fashion.
Most of the people, they know what is right and what is good. But what the problems of Nigerians, we are violating what is right for the nation. My take here is the elections of local government should be handed to National Electoral Commission in order to enhance the cooperation and unity of the nation. Because, we want Nigeria to be one. So if we want Nigeria to be one, we should allow political parties to be in any state of the federation so as to unite Nigeria to be one. Reference to the, let's say, in 1979 to 1983, NCN, GNCP, and other political parties, you can find out that you can find it almost in every state. But once we leave the elections of local government to the state government, I don't think Nigeria cooperation or unity is going to be enhanced. So this is my take. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, Nasser. Thank you so much.
Can you hear?
Yes, I did. I did get everything you said. I appreciate you for calling and sharing your take on this matter. Saying at the end of the day, we just have to give national INEC Commission to make sure they do, this election themselves. It's something lot of Nigerians and our callers for this morning, gearing and panning towards that thought and idea. And yeah, we've seen how a lot of, should I say, alleged, what's the word? The word just skipped me. But a manipulation. I think we've seen a lot of manipulations being done when it comes to elections. So it's good to have it on the national level. I mean, if the federal and even the governor's election is done on more of a national level, then local government, of course, should also be on that category. That would it would point Nigerians into asking and who to blame in case if things don't go right. All right, let's pick this call. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling us from.
Yeah, my name is Stanley Pakuma. I'm calling from Bayelsa State, Brass to be precise.
Stanley from Bayelsa. Go ahead with your take.
Okay, I want to contribute and I want to appreciate this reason for bringing this long-awaited local government autonomy to come to pass, okay? And I am one of the contestants of just concluded the local government election in Bayelsa State.
Okay.
I raised the flag of ABGA, which the election took place on the 6th of April. The following day, which was supposed to be on the 7th, was my birthday. and I was the most popular candidate on my ward and was supposed to be the winner for that election. Because the state is being ruled by PDP, they couldn't bring the matters from state headquarters to the local government areas to conduct the elections. Imagine, we have my local government, which is the Brass local government area of the state. Okay, the Speaker of the State Assembly hails from Brass. Then one of the House of Rep representative for Membe Brass constituency is also from Brass. So the local government chairman of PDP for that election is from the same constituency with the state speaker, and that of the vice is from said rep member. So what they now do is they just brought serials for the 4 polling units, the one for the vice candidate, one for the sub-rep candidate, one for the speaker, and that of the chairmanship candidate. And at the end of the day, they just make abracadabra on news, bring news agents to come and video the process where the rep is voting in a polling unit, that of the vice candidate voting in a polling unit, the chairman voting in his polling unit, and that of the voting in his polling unit. Then now, in the evening, they now showed it on the TV that election was conducted in every polling unit, as in across the local government, in all the wards across the local government, and at the end of it, that the PDP, being the ruling party for the state, sweep all the votes, giving them 36,000, blah blah blah, and we that contested under the platform of other political parties were given nothing. Can you believe it? They did not even bring down this in the electoral materials to the various polling units for us to vote. So I am on the side of this local government autonomy. I want this national INEC to conduct this subsequent time elections so that I think let there be free and fair. I think there's one caller from Jos. Okay, the second caller I think from Jos. Your submission, I strongly disagree with you, and that of the one from Gombe, named Aliyu. Yes, my dear, I am in support of your submission, and I love your name too. I think you bear one of the name of a copper that served in Bayelsa State, precisely in my local government and my ward, in my community, who taught me in my SS1 days. So I appreciate your submission. I strongly agree with you, and I know where you are. If you are listening to me, you will agree with me, because I am a contestant and I am very, very aggrieved. I'm supposed to be the winner for that election, and the material was not brought down, and at the end of it, my opponent was declared the winner. Okay? The day of the election, I saw my opponent going off the community. Imagine where election was supposed to be. I saw her making call on top of bike, going back to Yenagoa, which is the state capital. Very wrong. You know, election day in the morning. So that is my submission. I strongly agree with what the president of our dear state, their dear country, had brought to light. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for that call, and of course for sharing one-on-one experience with whatever is happening. It is really great to hear from Nigerians on this level, and honestly, I want to hear from, say, other contestants of the local government election, those that won, those that did not. What is your experience like? Appreciate you for sharing your thoughts. At the end of the day, we ask Nigerians to ask questions. If you're not okay with some things, ask questions, because all Nigerians are asking for is transparency. And if something is not as clear as it should be, then definitely there should be questions asked. Sometimes election materials could go missing, and you start wondering how if states like Bayelsa, Delta, I'm talking about riverine areas, the river states. You already know the form, you already know the routes, you already know that this place is surrounded by water. So, what plan have you put in place, and how come just on the day of the election, materials have not been, extended to this part of the region or the country or the state? These are the questions, of course, that Nigerians are asking, and if you're not, of course, good with it, you definitely would be wondering what is going on. It's really sad, huge allegation there, but it's, if at all, things did happen in the picture that our last caller painted, then it's not even making sense at all. So yes, hence the reason why people are pushing for, national INEC to do their job. It should be on a national level. We've seen how sometimes even the state assembly have been gearing towards what the governor wants. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling
I'm
us
calling from Edo State.
From Edo State. All right. What's your name?
My name is Omobude.
Okay.
From Igwebe, Edo State.
It's good to have you. Go ahead with your take. Are you still with us?
I want to tell you about the election. I want to tell you about local government election.
Okay, go ahead. Please tone down the volume of your TV.
I'm not with the TV. I'm not
Okay.
with the TV.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. I want to tell you about, because of the experience I have in the local government election in Edo State last time. We was doing voting in local government, in my local government in Igwebe. Suddenly, we hear they are announcing the results. That is why I'm very happy in this local government autonomous and
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for
Thank you
that
very
one.
much.
Yes, it's good to hear from states like
when we
Edo
can't
and
vote here,
All right, you still want to say
when
something?
we can't vote here, the Labour Party win the candidate of the chairman, or they give to PDP.
Oh, okay. You think allegedly that it wasn't really conducted fairly?
Yes, the local government win the Labour Party win the whole local government seat, but they announce another one to me because we are not in the power.
So what do you think should be the best solution in order for our country to be known for fairness?
INEC to be doing the local government election, not the ASHEC.
Okay. Appreciate you. Appreciate your take on
Thank you
that
very
one.
much.
Yeah. I know how it can be, frustrating for you to ask people to go out en masse and vote, but then the vote does not really count in the end. That does not even make sense. We've been fighting, pushing for democracy, if at all it is. I mean, how did we even get here? Before, we used to beg people to come and lead us, but now people have become so hungry that they are the one pushing for, like, I have to lead you. How did we get here? It shouldn't be, you forcing yourself down our throats to say, I have to roll you. If at all you have, the country and the nation at heart. It's all about, the people. What the people want is what the people should be given. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm calling you. My name is Evangelist St. John Ajope from Asa, Otukpo, Benue State.
From Otukpo, it's good to have you. So go ahead with your
Yes, I want to comment on the topic, on your topic. See, I think this issue of local government autonomy has been overdue. And I want to congratulate Tinubu for taking the bold step in approving the local government autonomy. See, for the past 20 years, not happened at the local level. It has either the fund coming to the local government has not been enough, and even though some departments, the funds that are coming are not even enough to pay salary. Some departments will have their pay, others will wait. That is not good for the development of local government. The local government is the basic local government that the development starts from. before it will hit the state and then the federal, also at the federal level. Because there's no development at the base, you don't expect anything to happen at the central, that is the state, or at the peak, which is the federal government this time around. See, then the local government was local government. You see rules are being tied. You see COVID being constructed. Even the streets in town are being constructed. But this time around, somebody will be there as the governor. When salvation comes, he will tell them, bring me so percentage, bring it to me. Even when last time, when they were saying that local government autonomy, the money should even go to them direct. Some of them are even hijacking the money. At the end, this money will be turned to them cash. Not immediate deduction from the state, for the local government account again. So what is happening in Nigeria? Nothing just happened. With this autonomy now, I think things will begin to work for you and I. You are getting me back. So I congratulate tinubu and it to also stop corruption. But the question now that I want to ask, in Nigeria, the more you ask, the less you get to. Let me tell you the truth. Will it work?
I don't believe that. I believe it's good to ask questions. You know, if we get discouraged saying if we ask, we don't know.
I'm coming, please. Let me finish.
Okay.
In Nigeria, nothing works, so I'm telling you that it will not work. But I'd rather let it work, and it must work. If you and I agree that it must work, it must work. Because these people are there. They are now studying the way that they can circumvent this approval now. They are very sharp. These politicians, they are very sharp. I'm telling you the truth, they're very sharp. They know what to do. So my greatest joy that let it again. Let them come, let INEC conduct elections so that the local government will be truly over 100% autonomy from the state government control. And you see things begin to take shape in Nigeria. But they too, they should have a ministry or a commission to check the local government chairman. If not, they too will begin to, you know what will happen in Nigeria.
Of course.
Promotion. If you are not on the good side of the chairman, you will hardly get it if they leave everything to their hand. The victimization will also set up because there will be no control from anywhere. So let government also set up a commission to check the activities of local government.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah, we all know how it's really sad that it's to a point that Nigerians already know what to expect. While we're fighting for justice for everybody, the people that have, Nigerians have paved way for, sometimes get overwhelmed. Power can be really corrupting, and so we hope the local government does not disappoint Nigerians. And of the same saying, the more you ask, the distant the news or the actual situation is from you. I do not believe that. I believe honestly that Nigerians are not truly asking questions. Nigerians are not really probing. Nigerians are not really pushing for answers, because at the end of the day, these people work for us. So we need to ask the necessary questions. Nobody should be charged for asking a question. Nobody should be pushed and intimidated for asking a question or for calling out something to say, this doesn't seem right. Can you just come out and explain more on this? Let's just have a bit of clarity to understand what is going on. Every citizen should do that. We've seen developed countries emulate that. People need to ask. If you don't ask, then yes, power can corrupt, and you will not get the best results. And please, for Nigerians that keep saying we cannot, Nigeria, I've heard very irritating word like Nigeria will not get better. I do not think there's a power in the tongue. We have to push, and I believe that Nigeria would be at the best form. Let's take this call. Good morning. Good morning. Are you with us?
Hello. Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling from?
I'm calling from Delta State. My name is John Bosmut.
Okay, John from Delta. Go ahead. Are you with us?
So, thank God the election is already passed in Delta State.
Okay.
But now we need INEC to do this election. Because just like what my fellow friends say just now, because when APC win one of the local government brutal, but they turn it back. The same thing of Warri Southwest, because of PDP, then the APC chairman withdraw himself because of say we cannot win. because the usually will come there and do just the amalgamate election finish, go back, they will say that the APC's PDP is already win. So there's not any election in here, but the election is already passed. So we need INEC to do this election. Okay, just an example now. When the president now, so you want to talk that all the APC presidents, APC governors be governors. So it cannot work.
Indeed. I appreciate you for that call. Still, people are skeptical on all of this, but saying, this the decision of the Supreme Court is the only way to go. One of the things is ensuring fair and accessible voting process for all members of the community, including those with disabilities, language barriers, and all of that. But sometimes we tend to see complaint, and we're grateful for social media platforms where people come out to do videos and spread the news of what is happening on the root level. We have seen how states in general or federal government roads and all of that is happening. It has been progressing, but when you go to local government, we've made many reports on how some local governments still experience a huge amount of flood. They don't have basic amenities like water. They don't have securities. They don't have all of this. And these are things that local government, are supposed to be in tune with the people. They're supposed to be the first-hand commuter, the first-hand person that the roots would see and talk with and address and tell them their major problems. Let's be honest, governors cannot know everything happening in their states. I mean, take example, a state like Kano State. It's very big, vast in land. There is no way the governor would know what is happening in every cronies of that state. So nook and crannies need to be really understood, need to be penetrated, and only the local government chairman can know that. People tend to know their own people more because we voted this person, and we can easily march to his office or her office and tell them our worries and expect and demand, some kind of commitment. So basically, these are things that I think we have to address. Yes, while we're pushing for the local government's autonomy, and of course we're seeing it come to fruition, we cannot wait to see how the election goes. We cannot wait to see the first set of the local government councils, the chairmen that would be elected to have this autonomy, a full autonomy, and see how they make use of this great opportunity in order to serve Nigerians right from the root level. It has to be said, it has to be done the right way. We have to see change, in Nigeria. All right, let's take this last call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm Summayya Abubakar, calling from Niger State.
Okay, Sani from Niger. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm so happy with this program.
Thank you.
I'm very, very happy. I want to congratulate the president for granting this autonomous shift to local government. The democracy has now come to the grassroots. I am in support. If you could look at it far back, local government chairmen are just slaves. They always lobby governors. You see a local government chairman will be kneeling down, begging the governor for release of funds, most especially if there are party differences. But with this one now, we know our own. He knows us, we know him. Issue of party differences can never even exist because a local government is constituted with the words. If he does not do it, we have the right. He cannot even live far above us. No, any sensible local government chairman will leave his jurisdiction and live far away. He must be with us. Even if he lives far away, his services must come. If we meet him, we see him, we discuss issues. You find out that democracy is supposed to start from the grassroots, but the local government chairman have no right. They must lobby. You must lobby the government.
It's really sad, Sani. Let's talk about the election in Niger State local government. Would you say you like the process so far, or how it's going? Is it up to par?
I like the decision now. I like the autonomousship now that is given to the local government. I like it. I'm happy. We will see development now. There's no issue of crisis again. Crisis will not come in our political development in the local government.
Amen to that.
Because we have access to our chairman.
Yeah.
That is my own stand. I love it. May God continue to bless this country.
Amen.
So that we see development to the grassroots. Education, health, road, common culvert. You cannot, as a local government chairman, to construct for your constituents. How can it work? Pay salary, nothing. Employment, nothing. You must go and lobby. Gone now. Thank
you so much.
Nigeria.
Yeah, appreciate you, Sani, for that take. At the end of the day, we have to look at how our elections in the local level has been going, and how this would work, for the future. We hope that we get to see a positive result in all of this. Nigeria would be that one great nation that we all hope it would be. Thank you so much for everyone that called in. Appreciate your take.